Good morning. Welcome to the Arkansas Grown Marketing Workshop. My name is Karen Reynolds. I'm the Program Manager for Arkansas Grown, Arkansas Made, and Homegrown by Heroes at the Arkansas Department of Agriculture. Thank you for joining us this morning. We appreciate your interest. No doubt the past year has been a challenge, yet the pandemic also created some opportunities. Studies show that 78% of consumers made a change in where they shop for food when traditional grocery stores experienced supply chain disruptions. Forbes released a study that says shopping local remains a top key in 2021, with 41% of consumers intending to buy more locally in the future. That means increased opportunities for you. Online shopping for food grew from 1 person out of 20 to 1 person out of 3 shoppers buying online. Walmart's president and CEO said they saw 3 years worth of growth in online sales in just a few months. Talk Business and Politics said retail consumers will feel the pandemic effect into 2023. That's why we're here today. We want to help equip you with free tools to enhance your business foundation for a strong marketing presence and positive customer experience. Over 80% of purchase decisions start with an online search. We will demonstrate the new Arkansas Grown website, which provides additional online presence for you and your operation. Pricewaterhouse found that 65% of U.S. customers think that a positive experience is more influential than stellar advertising. Studies show that a dissatisfied customer will tell 10 to 20 people about a negative customer experience. If we run a lot of advertising and your foundation isn't strong, we risk a negative customer experience, and we've done more harm than good. Brandon Matthews with the Create Bridges program at the University of Arkansas Systems Division of Agriculture Cooperative Extension will demonstrate managing your information on Google so customers can find you easily. Arkansas Small Business and Technology Development Center offers free business services for farmers. Whitney Horton will give a quick overview. Then all the effective marketing in the world will do no good if you're losing money. The Arkansas Economic Development Institute has developed a free online tool to help you organize and manage your expenses so that you can price your product to stay in business. Dr. Carlos Silva and his team will start us off by demonstrating Track Your Ag, a free online tool to simplify one of the least enjoyable responsibilities of owning a business, managing expenses. Dr. Silva.
Thank you, Karen. Thank you for the introduction. Thank you. I'd like to thank the Arkansas Department of Agriculture for supporting this project. Of course, thank our team here, Sarah and Geoffrey, that have worked really hard, and everybody else here at EDI to build this. We're really excited about this new version. For some of you guys that have been a presentation back in March, we have done our beta test. Now we have moved into this alpha version, and we're happy to share with you. Looking forward for feedback on this too. And with no further ado, I'm gonna share my screen and show you guys what we have to offer here. So first, you guys should see here, there's a sign up page. So if you go trackyourag.com, you're gonna receive into this login page. You can create your own account, you can register, and it's a free registration. As we have seen before, you can put your username, email, password, and have some basic privacy policy and details about this project. Once you have your account, you can log in, and I'll log in here with my account. And you guys gonna be seeing this page. This is your management page. On the management page, you have 4 options: your profile, your crops, your markets, and your vehicles. On your profile, we're gonna put the dollars per hour that you receive in your job. So if you get paid $10 an hour, you put it over here and you get saved for the other calculations in these applications. If you make more than that, you can save it as well, and you can always change it as you see updates for your wages. If you have some extra labor, you can do the same thing, and then you put your field. Why are we asking for fuel cost, average fuel cost? Because that's going to be calculated later, so we can understand how much you're spending for fuel to go to a location. Because if you're driving many miles, those are all costs that sometimes people fail to account for. And the same thing with the labor hours and the extra labor hours. Sometimes you fail to account that you have been driving for an hour or so to go to a location. That's all productive time that you could be used to do something else. And then here you're gonna put the effective wage that you have. Then you're gonna be received to this My Crop section, and you can add a crop. So I'm just gonna add the strawberries here, and you can put into whatever format you sell at the market. So if you're selling, let's say item, or you can put a pint or ounce. Let's put ounces, and you put the quantity that you have and how much you're selling for, and then you put here your harvest date, when you have harvested that product. Everything here, once you saved, you're always going to have that feedback on the top here. Your crop changes have been saved, so you're always going to know if something's working or not. And as you can see here, it says not for sale. So once you plug this in, it says for sale. On our sales section, which I'll be talking in a little bit, you'll see that product over there. So if I unplug this, it's not going to show up. So let's say you're also selling watermelons each, and you have 100. You harvest that last week. And one of the interesting things, you can also add other things that are not crops, right? So if you say you sell soap and you sell each quantity there, you have 40 for sale, and you put your price per unit. The harvest sale wouldn't make much of a difference here, but it's something that we ask for. And you can add here. As you can see, that's nothing that you bring it to the market currently. But for now, I'm gonna say we're gonna bring a strawberry and this soap. Oh, I did a typo here. How can I fix that? And that's the good thing to look into. You can just click edit, and then you can go in and change it to watermelon, and it gets saved. As you can see here, watermelon name get update. And you saw here we have quantity harvest and then quantity on hand, and that's going to be calculated once you have sales. So I'll show it to you guys how that gets updated. Then you can save the markets that you go to. So for example, to Bernie's Gardens, you can see what type of market it is, the distance one way to your home, say 9 miles, and you have a fee that you pay there. You can also sell to another location. So if you say I sell to my local Walmart, so say Walmart, Shackleford, you can type supermarket, the distance from your house, and then there's no annual fee that you pay there. So this is not limited just to farmers market. You can put different things there. They tend to sell pretty often, so you can keep track of that time that you have gone to the location and gas and things like that. So how can I know my miles per gallon? You can go over here, and most of the times you should have it. For you, you can search any, I'll go back here, you can click in Ford F-150. Then it should have popped up here, but for some of those we don't have it. So I save it, and then you can say what car you drive in that day. So if you have multiple cars, and you can see on this blue section here, this little blue search, same thing. I can search for a Toyota Corolla. There we go. Shows here. Can change it out, and you can make the adaptation for what's going on for your vehicle. So let's say if you tow in a lot of things, your mile's going to be a little bit down. You can update it here, and that get calculated on the next section. So let's say we're driving that Ford. And again, guys, feel free to stop me anytime if you have any questions, and I'll be happy to go back into any specific section here.
I do have one question.
Yes.
This is Lori, and I have a question about your market.
Mhm.
Do you have an option in there to put in, like, some people will wholesale, so I give them 25% discount? Is there a way to calculate that, or should I just
Yes.
do that manually?
You would technically do that manually, but you can type the wholesale section. So as you can see here, type wholesale, and I'm gonna say market 1. Type wholesale, distance 20, and then 0 annual fees. If you make a sale to the specific wholesale, one things you could do, you could create you could break out your crop into sections, right? So you could go here and you could create, that's the freedom that you have. You can say strawberry wholesale, right? So if you know that you're selling the strawberry wholesale and it's selling a little bit cheaper, right, for $3, price quantity, sorry, 20, and then you sell for 3, then you can make that change there. Once you make that sale, you can just say I sold that strawberry wholesale. So that's 2 ways you can do it. You can do it this way that I'm showing you, or you can just add your total strawberry to 30. That's what I have here. And then make the discount on your sales page. So you can do different ways. So if you want to do it this way, you can always go back here, right? I said I had 30. So now in reality, I just have 10, right? From the original 30, because the other 20, I'm going to be selling wholesale.
Perfect. Thank you.
No problem. So let's go to the next section. And if anybody, again, have another question, feel free to stop me anytime. Now you go to the market day. So as you can see here, I have 3 markets, which is the only markets I save. So if you're not going to see a huge list, right? Because you're not going to every market in the state, you're just going to see the ones that you care for. So let's follow this example here with the wholesale, market 1 wholesale that I have saved. The date, you can always retroactively make that sale. So if you made that sale last Friday, you can go back here. Your hourly wage already get inputted from the previous management setup. And as you can see here, we have small instructions explaining what we're looking for in each one of those sections. So please include the hours you work and the driving time to and from the market, as that could be times that you could be productive and earn those wages. So you can put 5 hours here, and you can explain what you're doing. So you can say driving to market 1. If you have any help, you can put the help here. Any number of people, you can add that multiple times. So please include any paid labor and household members. So if you have somebody in your household that tends to help you out, feel free to add them here as well. Travel time to household members should also be allocated, as they could be earning wage to your household. You see the fuel price. It's already set up here, price per gallon, what we have put originally on a management page. So you already get auto-populated. Your miles per gallon, it's based on the vehicle that we have chosen before that, the Ford. And then here, we just put that specific distance from the market. And then you calculate here based on your miles per gallon and how many miles you're driving, how much you're going to be spending in gas. Then over here, you can include any other costs associated with the market. So like parking fees and things like that. If you have a one-time fee for the market, you can also add that here if it's not an annual fee like we had previously shown you. So I can go ahead and save the market days, market costs for that market. So let's say, you know what, I forgot that somebody else had helped me out. Bob has also helped me out 2 hours. I can just add Bob to that day on that market. So you don't need to re-enter everything. You can just incrementally add what you have forgot. So you can say here, Bob, help you, but you know what? Bob got paid $11 an hour. You can change there and add, and that all get added into your market day cost for that market. So you're going to see here, your market's cost has changed. Promotional costs, so you feel free to include any cost associated with a specific market, like signage, marketing, and things like that. So we broke that out specifically as we saw some people have talked about that some of the costs that they tend to forget about it is this promotional cost. So we kind of put the forefront there that you can put in. So I'll put it in as of yesterday. We spent $10, so $50. And then I say, and as always, you always have the confirmation of what has happened. Pre-harvest cost. So the pre-harvest cost and post-harvest cost and in-harvest cost, there's a lot of research out there. There's a lot of resources for that the extension had created in Arkansas, and a lot of other extension services around the country have developed. So we don't want to recreate the wheel for the pre-harvest cost and harvest cost. So what we suggest is for people that do not understand that those costs, they can go into this link when I click here, as you can see, sample enterprise budget links, and go in and learn about your specific crop. So as you can see, you have an extensive list of those crops. So I'm gonna go here. I'm just gonna search for a different crop for now. I'm gonna go to this lettuce. And it show you the sample cost for that lettuce. And you can make the adaptation for your specific crop if you don't know what they are. So if you scroll down a little bit here so I can show you guys the tables. There you go. So you can see here cost per acre to produce and harvest romaine hearts. And that's all the detail here. So you understand your pre-harvest and harvest cost. And you can put that into one single number into this pre-harvest cost and harvest cost. So you can type as a total, or you can type it specifically on each thing that you have spent money. So if you say, you know what, I really want to put every single thing here. You can type everything. You can type, cultivate sled, fertilizer, herbicide application. You can type all of those into a pre-harvest cost, or you can type the total that you have had there. So let's say $2,000, and then specify for the crop that you're talking about. So for us here, I'm just going to put strawberry cost, and then I can also add, we had soap, right? Soap total cost, let's say spend $200 on that. I can put a description. Then I have my watermelon. Watermelon total cost. And you can say when you have accrued those costs. If you want to do in different sections as they have come up, you can. And you can put the cost there. Then that's saved. So now you have all the information here, and then you are in the market. As you can see, there's 3 things that pop up here, and those are based on what we have selected on management, for sale and not for sale. So you see here strawberry wholesale, soap, and strawberry. But let's say I'm going to this market. I went back to management, and I'm just selling strawberry. Since this one I already sold all wholesale, I don't want to worry about that. I'm going to put strawberry and watermelon, click for sale. I go back to my sales page. That's the only 2 things that pop up. So I want you to Bernice Gordon. You don't need to type a customer if you don't need to. You can just select the crop you're selling. It pops up there, and you can make your sale. So say 1, and I complete my sale. So you can see it automatically calculated what I have done. strawberry. Again, I'm gonna make another sale. Sell 2 units, but this time it's the end of the market. I want to give a discount. I can change it here automatically if I want to, and they get updated. So you can make those sales really simple. And what I have here for you guys is also how does that show in a cell phone. So here's an example how you're gonna look in a cell phone when you're in the market, how it's gonna work. So I go, see the little tab right here, you always start on the management page, you can go to sales, and that's how it's gonna show up. Just a market name, and you can click which one you're going to. Customer, if you want to save the specific customer that you sold, you can type the name there, but you don't need to, and you just click on the product and change the quantity, save the sale. Product, quantity, and then you make the sale. And that all gets saved up to your system. Again, you want to save the person's name, you can. If you don't need to. And that's how you look in a cell phone. Really straightforward. You can give the discount live here, and you can see how this discount is impacting you. So I change it to $6. I change to $5.50. Oh, sorry, I typed it wrong here. $5.50. And so on, and I can make my sale, and all those sales got recorded and give you that feedback live. And every time you work with one or another, they all communicating in your phone, or if you're on the computer, you should receive information on both sides. So after you have done all this, you can go to analysis. Before I go to analysis, again, I want to check, make sure if anybody has any questions. All right, so now we can go to the analysis, and the analysis is going to have a couple of things, and we look forward to your feedback on what you want to see here. What we thought that would be relevant is sales per market. We just went to one market as right now, and we have sales by crop and the total of their sales and the percentage of their sales. As I have said before, if I want to understand the quantity allocated to my crops, how much I have sold, I can always go back to management and say, hey, how much I have on hand. As you can see here, it shows you just have 7 strawberries on hand. So you automatically get calculated there based on the sales you have done. Your watermelon have sold 10 units. Now I have 90 on hand. I haven't sold this strawberry wholesale yet, so it hadn't changed. So go back to the analysis. Overview is the only things that we have. I'll make another sale in a second here so you guys can see the change in the market. And then I can understand my sales. So this is the sales I have done. This is my expenses for the market. Now my total expenses just for the market so you can understand what's going on. And then here's the difference between my sales and my expenses. This does not take into account your total cost, which is break it down later, right? The pre-harvest and post-harvest cost. This here is just give you a sense of what's going on in the market, right? I went to this market. Did I really make money after taking into account all my sales and my expenses of driving and paying for my help there and everything? Yes or no? And that's kind of what it's giving you here. And if you want to understand more, we're going to look into the cost section to see your total costs and all that. I have done all the sales on July 27, and that's why I just have this here. One of the things we would like people to do is to really make those sales happen during the market. So what you're going to be able to do is you're going to be able to understand when those sales have happened. So are you staying on the market longer than you need to? Maybe you're making 80% of your sales between opening the market and 2 hours into the market. So should you stay there for long, or should you even reduce the number of people that are helping you in setting up the market and so on? So that's one of the insights that we want to give people once they start putting those different time of sales. Then here we see that total cost. As we expect, now that we have the original pre-harvest and post-harvest, which would take a large portion of your costs, we see here watermelon total cost, which is $4,000, followed by the total strawberry cost, a little bit of promotion, and soap total cost, what you have spent on market 1, and what you have spent on the market number 2. Then here you can see a cost per market. We break down those 2 markets, what type of costs you would have incurred there. Even though you haven't made any sales, if you just gone there, it still has some costs associated with it, right? So you have extra labor, your labor, and your fuel cost, and then here other costs they have added. Eventually, we're going to be adding here value-added options. When the value-added options, what we're going to do is we're going to connect back to our management page based on the crop availability that you have here, what type of value-added products you can create with different amount of investments. So if you want to spend $50, what can you do with this 7 extra units of your strawberry, right? So 7 ounces of strawberry, what can you do with it to add value and sell for a higher price and even increase your shelf life, right? That's another important thing is increase your shelf life and be able to sell that in a long term. So I'll make another sale here for the strawberry wholesale. Go back to my crops. I'll sell all the strawberry wholesale to the wholesale market so we can see everything there. Go back to analysis. And as you can see now, we have different sales by market, with the market 1 wholesale having the new sales now. Everything get updated live. Your costs hadn't changed much, but your sales had changed, right? As you can see here, the market wholesale, when you take into consideration your expenses, the sales were not beneficial to you. You're losing money by just making this sale without even taking into account your overall cost. And that's kind of what we have. This is fully functional, free to use. Feel free to log in and send us any questions at info@trackyourag.com. And now I'm open for any questions.
Well, so this is Randy. I don't have a question, but right now, I know it's sad because right now value add, it's huge because of the tomato crops and the watermelon and things like that. Almost every local farmer vendor in Hillcrest and Whitewater Tavern that sold tomatoes, last Saturday when we went up there, almost all of them were selling salsa. Taking the tomatoes and that were not going to be good for very much longer, and they were still selling some, but they all had tomato value added type products on the sly. Just thought I'd point that out. It's a very important thing to point out. I mean, for these farmers to be able to not lose money on rotting tomatoes.
Yeah, that's a good example of value added, and then that's one of the goals we want to have is add different things so the farmers can provide different products to the individuals, right? So you might just think about the salsa, but they might have other things that we haven't thought about it, and that's why that list is going to be important to kind of give them some different options that maybe they haven't thought about that could generate them more revenue and provide the consumers, right, with some different products, right? So we would also benefit by having different products in the market because now they have different ideas on what you do. Go ahead.
It looks like you can customize this to your specific business.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes. So you can make a lot of customization. You can change, like I was showing before, even though we say my crops here, you can add soap, you can add different things for your business. You can add wholesale versus farmer's market. You can add the vehicle you have a lot of flexibility in order to make this beneficial to the user. And we always going to be adding new features here as more individuals start to use and then give us some feedback. If anybody else have a question, I'll wait one more minute. If not, I'll close it up here and then move forward with the presentation.
I have one question.
Yes.
This is Lori, and I was wondering about a report that might go with to my tax people at the end of the year.
That's a great idea, Lori. We're definitely going to write this one down. Right now, we just have an analysis, but I don't think they'll take as much work for us to save that for the calendar. One of the features we want to do is kind of set up a calendar so you can see exactly what we have said last week, last month, and so on. So that's a great idea. We're going to work, definitely going to work on that. And then the user should be able to set up, I want all my sales that happen between this day and this day. And we can probably export that to Excel spreadsheet. That is a great idea. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
All right, if it doesn't have anybody else, I'm gonna close up, stop the share, and I'll move forward the presentation. The next presenter is Brandon Matthews with Create Bridges. He's a regional program manager, Create Bridges, and he's gonna share with you guys some of the great things they're doing over there. Brandon, the floor is yours.
All right. Well, Dr. Silva, thank you so much. I was learning along the way there. This is a new tool to me, so really great to see and something we definitely want to share in our work. But I am Brandon Matthews, Regional Program Coordinator for Create Bridges. It is a multi-year pilot grant that is supporting small businesses and economic development and some workforce components as well. We have 2 regions in the state. I specifically work in Fulton, Izard, and Sharp counties up in north central Arkansas. So covering cities like Hardy, Mammoth Spring, all the way down to Calico Rock and down to Cave City, which plug for them, they're having their watermelon festival this weekend. I think it kicks off on Thursday. So a great community here. And then our other region where I have another program coordinator, Muriel Wiley, she works in Little River, Howard, and Sevier counties. So Ashdown, Dirks, DeQueen, those are just some of the towns in that area there as well. But and part of some of our work, and we've had to pivot and change what we've been doing for businesses in those regions is when the pandemic hit, we saw a lot of businesses struggling to get online and to let people know that, hey, we're still open. We are changing our business practices, whether it's moving to some type of curbside delivery, online sales, whatever it may have been, based on whether or not they were retailers in the entertainment center, accommodations, or just general tourism, which covers a swath of businesses. So we put together a series of online video supports covering Google, My Business, Facebook, TripAdvisor, and Yelp, because we felt those were good targets for the businesses in our region, since we have such a high influx of that entertainment, tourism, and recreation businesses. And today I want to talk mainly about Google My Business, why it's a good resource for your business if you're not using something else right now, and also just sharing why it's good to have a listing on there and how it can be beneficial to you. And one caveat, all of these resources are free that we have. So there are options to pay to advertise and do other stuff on there. But you get a lot of value, especially from Google, just being on there and having a listing. And I'll share that in more detail here. But I'll go ahead and open up the presentation. All right. So, like I said, this is getting started with Google My Business. We've created 3 videos actually for getting your business set up on there. And just like Carlos shared, the Google My Business can be used on your desktop, on your normal computer or tablet, or you can control it on your smartphone. So everything that we're doing here, and I'm showing you in this presentation, is something you can do on your phone as well. So if you're on the go, if you're at the farmer's market and you're going to be there several hours, this may be another great tool to advertise and let people know, hey, I'm going to be at Bernice Gardens, fresh batch of strawberries. Come out and see me at stand 16 or however they set up vendors out there. That is pre-pandemic me. As you can see, my hair is 7 inches longer, but and I've got a little more beard now. But I wanted to start with this quote. A friend of mine who owns a pharmacy in Maumelle, Arkansas, he gives presentations to the students at UAMS College of Pharmacy and to the Harding College of Pharmacy. But he's always saying, if you don't show up, your name won't come up. And I think that's so pertinent to what Carlos and his team and what we're trying to do with businesses here. Clients, customers, patrons, whatever they are to you, they're looking for you in very specific places. And if you're not showing up there, it can be really detrimental to your business. So even if you don't have, the computer skills or you don't consider yourself tech savvy, you don't have to do a lot to show up where they're at. Like I mentioned, whether it's Google or, Yelp or Facebook or wherever, or, through any of the Track Your Ag or Arkansas Grown, those resources. So today, briefly, I'd like to share the process of how to create or claim a profile, the benefits to having a Google My Business profile, and then some of the additional online resources we have and where you can find those as well if you're interested in following up on any of those other sites or just general Create Bridges content. While our work is specific to those 6 counties I mentioned earlier, all of our resources are available to be used and shared and to benefit businesses all over the state. So don't feel that you can't use these. So just some numbers. This is information I pulled from a Chamber of Commerce meeting where Google was sharing some of their information on why it makes sense to be on their platform. But nearly reputability is a really big thing. When you see a business on Google, you think, okay, it's probably legitimate, especially if it has a Google profile. And I'll show you what the difference between having a profile and not having a profile and just showing up in the search in a minute. They also said that about 70 businesses are 70% more likely to attract new customers and almost a 50% increase to lead to a sale or purchase when businesses have those profiles. And what I find most interesting and what I typically use Google for is finding out, I want to know where you're going to be, when you're going to be open, and how I can email or call you and get more information about your product. So those are just some of the stats that let you know, people are using this. It's estimated anywhere from 70 to 90+% of search is happening on Google. So when you think about competitors like Bing, Microsoft Edge now, Yahoo, the days of Yahoo seem to be past. Most of internet traffic is going through Google. Some of the benefits, controlling your information. I like to say you're controlling the narrative because Google is constantly compiling information about your business based on if you have a website, they're pulling data from there. If somebody's talking about your business on forums or some other place, that information is being collected. And then if somebody leaves a review about your business on some site, Google is pulling that all together. So sometimes you may find that your business has a profile and it's unclaimed, and I'll get to that here in just a minute. But being able to control the narrative, if you claim your Google My Business profile, you can make sure that the contact is accurate, that the location is correct. Maybe you've moved your business, maybe you're mobile, but they say, that you're only at the Bernice Garden, but you're making a trip to 10 different counties in the state to sell your goods. You're going to want to be able to update that and let people know that you have that bandwidth. And then capitalize on being listed on Google Search and Google Maps. We typically just use Google as a overall swooping catch term, but they're really 2 different products. There's Google Search when you are just typing something in your web browser, strawberries near me, and you can do the same thing in Google Maps. There's 2 different listings there. So having that Google My Business profile is going to let you control things like your hours, having pictures, and being able to respond to customers and clients as well. So here's just an example. I pulled a couple of extension pages to show you. On the left-hand side is the Pope County, Arkansas Extension Office page. And you can see there's a red box on the screen. If you search for a business and you don't see anything pop up on that right-hand side of the page when you search, there's not a Google My Business profile. And so Pope County, while that extension office is there, and you can see that they've dropped a pin of where that office is over there, there's no Google My Business profile. On the right-hand side, you can see, looking for the Pulaski County Extension Office, there is a Google My Business profile. So in that red box, you see that there's it's displaying a link to the website, reviews, directions. You can see their address. You would be able to click and see their hours for the entire week, their phone number, and then you can suggest an edit. So, perhaps you show up and the business is closed, every Saturday, but they say they're open. You can suggest an edit and it would send it to the user or your business. But this is the difference. And people are conditioned to see, if you search for a business and you don't see this box here on the right-hand side, this goes to that trustworthiness. Google has told us, if this doesn't show up, you better not check out this business, or they may not be legitimate, or they may be just fledgling in their in their startup. This was a profile that I made temporary, Brandon's River Fund. It's not a real business, but just to give you an idea of what it looks like when you've created an account and you're managing the system. So just like Carlos showed you on the Track Your Ag presentation, this is your home page that when you sign in at business.google.com, you can control all kinds of information, about your business. They have analytics as well, which they refer to as insights. They're not as robust as what Carlos had for you all, but they're still good to show you, what time of day people are calling your business. If you have a phone number, how busy it is if you have a physical location, and you can track a lot of interesting information there to see, again, what makes the most sense. Are my sales matching up to the same time as, I'm showing up at the market or wherever I'm selling my product. Messaging, which allows you to communicate directly to customers or clients. So this is in two ways. One, people may direct message your business and say, hey, I just wanted to see if you were going to be expanding your offering this year to include blueberries. That may be something that shows up individually to you. You can respond directly to that customer or individual without the whole world seeing that, or without having some open conversation. The other side of that is reviews. Individuals may show up and say, hey, I think Bob is just a great employee here. He always knows what I want, and he can find me the best strawberries available. You'll be able to respond to that review online, and that lets people know a couple of things. One, businesses that respond to reviews, whether they're good or bad, it lets them know that you're listening, that your business is still open, and that you care about customer feedback. So in a previous life, I was a major gift officer and fundraiser for a couple of nonprofits. And we always said, the worst feedback is no feedback, and you can work with yes and you can work with no. So the same thing applies here. If people are upset or disgruntled about something or a bad experience, you have the opportunity to respond kindly and politely. I wouldn't get on there and rant at them and say, well, you were just a mean customer, but you can be apologetic and work towards a solution. And people are going to see that. And I think they'll extend some grace. This is a page that I wanted to share where you can find additional resources. I mentioned having those 4 videos. So 4 platforms and 3 videos each: Google My Business, Facebook, TripAdvisor, and Yelp. It may not make sense for you to be on all of these platforms. And again, today's focus is just on Google My Business. But if you are interested in learning more or trying to get on those websites, we've got videos on how to create or claim an account, how to manage your account. So really getting into the details of updating your business hours, uploading pictures, verifying and claiming your account, and then how to use a mobile app as well. We've got a mobile app demonstration of each one. For those of you who are busy, you don't want to take the time to watch a video, you'd rather just read a how-to, we've developed this PDF here for each of the different platforms that walks you through the steps you need to follow. Google and TripAdvisor and Yelp update these every so often. I believe this is still correct. In fact, just from 2019 to 2020, some of the wording had changed, or drop-down menus have moved to the left or right-hand side of the page. But this should be pretty accurate to what you need to get set up on the page. This is a link to the video that shows you how to create a page and manage it that I wanted to share. But before moving to that, I wanted to see if there were any questions or comments about what I've mentioned so far. The video here is only about 5 minutes long, so it won't take too long, but it'll show you that process of getting set up and the verification process.
I have one question.
Okay.
The link for the additional resources, is that going to be provided in written form somewhere, or can you back up and let me take a photo of that?
Yes, I'm happy to. We can distribute the slides to the individuals who've attended, and I can send that over to you after the presentation as well. But it's in here a couple of different times.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Brandon,
All
is
right.
there a way to drop it in the chat?
Yes, I can do that. While the video's going, I will drop that in the chat. I don't want
Thank
to.
you.
You're welcome. Anything else? All right, I'll go ahead and share it. Let's see. I'm gonna have to. To highlight the setup process, we're going to feature. Apologies. Share the new screen. All right. Can everybody see that all right? Does that need to be enlarged? Spring, Arkansas. Pam's Place is a Main Street business that sells home decor and gift items and has been in business for around 2 years. Pam's is open from Wednesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Thank you, Pam, for agreeing to be one of our learning partners. On the screen is what a complete Google My Business profile looks like when you search for a business on google.com. Search results for the business are displayed on the left-hand side of the screen, while a business overview with photos, contact information, and hours of operation are displayed on the right-hand side of the screen. Sometimes a business may have a Google My Business profile that has been automatically populated by Google based on data from across the web. If this is the case, you'll want to claim that business page instead of making a new one. We'll cover claiming your business page in a separate video. The easiest way to see if your business has a Google My Business profile is to search for your business online. Go to google.com and type in your business name. If nothing pops up, you'll create a new Google My Business profile. To add your business to Google and create your Google My Business profile, go to business.google.com and click Manage. If you aren't already signed into your Google account, Google will prompt you to do so now. Next, type the name of your business into the search bar. If nothing comes up, that means your business isn't listed with Google Search or Map. Click the Add Your Business to Google button to get started. The next screen will ask for your business name. Make sure to spell your name exactly how you want it. Google Search will use this information. If you have multiple spellings of your business name out there, that will negatively affect your search ranking and it might confuse potential customers. Next, choose a category for your business. Google doesn't give you a list to choose from. Instead, you just have to start adding. Select what is most appropriate for your business. You can change this later if you didn't think you got it right the first time. After choosing your category, Google will ask you if you want to add a location for your customers to visit. If you are a home-based business, don't have a physical address yet, or go to your customers, leave this blank. In Pam's case, she has a storefront and we will select yes and enter the address. Google will drop a pin on their map where they think your business is. Most of the time the pin is accurate, but double check to make sure your pin is in the right spot. If it isn't, just drag it to the right spot on the map. If you have a business that serves customers outside of your physical location, Google lets you add additional service areas. For example, if you are an electrician in Hardy, Arkansas, you might also serve Cherokee Village, Highland, Ash Flat, and Mammoth Spring. Google lets you provide this information to increase your ability to show up to potential customers in those areas. Next, Google will ask you to provide some additional contact information. Contact phone number is the business number that you want customers to reach you at. Pam doesn't have a phone number, so we will leave it blank. She also does not have her own website. If you have your own website, add the URL in the space below. You also have the option to create a free website based on your information through Google. This will generate a website like yourshop.business.site. In our example today, Pam decided not to create a free website. If you do want to create a free website, Google will generate a page based on the content you provide, reviews from customers, and images of your businesses that are uploaded. You can make edits to the website or add this feature later. Before you get listed on Google, the company wants to make sure you are a legitimate business. They verify this by sending you a postcard to the address you provided earlier. Even if you do not serve customers at this address, you will still receive a postcard to verify that you are a legitimate business. The postcard will have a verification code on it and typically arrives within 5 to 7 business days. Once your postcard arrives, enter the code into the appropriate spot on your Google My Business profile. If you lose your postcard or it never shows up, you can request another one. You can choose to verify later, but you won't have full control of your profile until you verify it. We strongly encourage you complete the verification sooner than later. Google will prompt you to put your hours of operation in now. Select the days and hours you are open. Once your profile is completed, you can make changes to your hours and add special hours for holidays later. Next, you will add a business description. This is a short description of your business and services and gives customers a better idea about your offerings. Next, you have the option to upload photos. We recommend taking high-quality photos of your storefront, interior, merchandise, and anything else that might help potential customers. The more photos, the better. Google does not penalize you for this. Finally, you're finished. You've successfully created a Google My Business profile. Once your postcard arrives, you'll be able to verify your page and start interacting with customers online. Thank you so much for watching this video. All right, and I will pause it there. I just wanted to pop over to the page real quick. If you go to the uaex.uada.edu/create-bridges resources, this is the page that you'll hit that has all of our videos. So as you can see on the screen, Google My Business, we have the 3 here, and a hyperlink here as well with the PDF of how to create, manage, and use the mobile app. And then the same is true for Facebook, TripAdvisor, and Yelp, as well as our other resources on the webpage. So there's another great opportunity to list your business if it makes sense on like arkansas.com. We partnered with them as well. And then some other webinar series and things we've partnered with other organizations as well. So that's all that I have to share regarding Google My Business and Create Bridges, but I appreciate everyone's attention, and hopefully I didn't bore you too much with that, but like I said, it's really a great resource to use. And going back to that quote, if you don't show up, your name won't come up, and people are looking on Google to see if you're open or closed. If you don't believe me, try using Apple Maps and finding a business, and it's a excuse me, a world of a difference on how listings are showing up on there versus Google. I'm an iPhone user, and so I try to use it, but I can tell you there's a lot less data and it's less accurate on there. So people, it's always a good idea to update your listing on Google. Any final questions or comments about the platform?
Thank you, Brandon. This is great. I appreciate it. This is
Thank you.
important for small businesses so that they show up when people are looking for their products. So thank you for everything. Are there any questions, anybody? Okay, next we have Whitney Horton from the Arkansas Small Business and Technology Development Center. Whitney, can you Do you have a screen share or just want to say hello?
Well, hello to everyone, first of all. But I do actually have something I'm going to share. So I'm going to pop on over to that real quick. And there we go. So thank you all again for and inviting me this morning to talk with all of you, and to Karen especially for including us so that I could share a little bit more about the Arkansas Small Business and Technology Development Center. As she said, I'm Whitney Horton. I'm the Strategic Partnerships Manager for our organization. And, you know, our major goal within the organization is to simply to assist our entrepreneurs across the state. You can see a little bit about us. We are university-based. Surprisingly, or not surprisingly, throughout the past 17 months with all of the COVID-related activities, it's no surprise, I guess, that we have been extremely busy assisting all of our established businesses, especially across the state. But even with that, we have actually grown as an organization. I've been here almost 12 years, and we've historically only had 8 locations. We've actually grown to 11. We will be at 11 offices probably in the next couple of months, finalizing some details. But we are all university based, and we are here to help, like it says, with every aspect of, you know, if you from a startup to an existing to how to manage, just how to grow your operations quickly. And I'll send this PowerPoint out in case anybody just wants to be able to recognize it or to reference back to it. But you can see here, like I said, we are a statewide organization. I am based here at UA Little Rock in the Lead Center. And so anywhere that you see that dark maroon color, those are the counties that the Lead Center serves in the state. And then based on where anyone is located, you can find which office would work with you. We break up the state as much as we can because and encourage everyone to work with the offices that are closest to them, even though everything is so virtual still right now. But, you know, all of our individual offices do know those communities the best. And, you know, they know the lenders in that area. They know, you know, they shop in that area. So they know, you know, kind of how customers think in that area. So we definitely encourage anyone to reach out to any of those specific offices. Based on this right now, we have just completed the director search for the about to be open Fort Smith office, and are still working on that Pine Bluff or the UAPB around Pine Bluff territory. So if you're in one of those areas or know someone in one of those areas, they can still just contact the Lead Center, and then we will get you in touch with the appropriate office moving forward. So all of that to say, what do we do besides just assisting entrepreneurs? It's pretty much, I would venture to say, just about anything. Before I moved into this role, I actually consulted for just shy of 10 years. And I can honestly say that it is completely free. It is 100% confidential because we are going to have hard conversations with, you know, people that are looking to start or looking to grow or just looking to survive COVID. You know, we've got to dive into your financials, and we want everyone to feel 100% comfortable that nothing is leaving this office and no business ideas are leaving this office. You know, my friends, I don't even tell them, I don't think they even really understand what I do, because we don't talk about our clients unless they sign a publicity release form. But when it comes to especially the consulting, we are here first and foremost to really discuss the feasibility of a business idea. And that's not to say feasibility in the way of, oh, that's a horrible idea, you shouldn't do that. It's much more on the side of, is it feasible for your community? Is it feasible for your personal lifestyle? You know, anyone that is is an entrepreneur already, you get it. You know, it's a 24/7 type of job. You're always thinking about it. And, you know, community development is one of my passions. And so always talking through that feasibility of a location, or, you know, where you're going to, what type of customers, how many, we want to have those, you know, very, not hard conversations, but, you know, the to the point type of conversations. So you can come in, and we are here to assist with writing your business plan. We do not write them for you, because at the end of the day, this is your business, and we want you to feel empowered, and you've got all of the information. So we will wordsmith it, is what we say, and make sure that it sounds kind of pretty, but the information is definitely going to come from you. Within consulting, we also assist with market research, but I'll touch on that a little bit later. We are here to also walk through, what are your financing options? How do you put together those financial projections? Nobody likes talking about the money side of things, but it's obviously one of the most important. But we're definitely here to use some data to look at feasible, again, expectations for you know, how much revenue that the business can actually bring in. And just also walking through those financing options. You know, is it, are you going to bootstrap it? Do you want to go traditional lending route with, you know, just a local bank? Is it an SBA type loan? You know, is it a micro loan? You know, just walking through which one is going to be the best case for each individual business that comes into the office. Again, also with consulting, we will walk through all of your different marketing options with you, you know, online and those traditional. We have seen over the past 17 months that a lot of people that really weren't in the online world, and, you know, speaking a lot with also what Brandon was just talking about, and had some, you know, some people had refused to do some online work. They really saw just how vital it was for keeping them afloat, especially through the pandemic. So, but walking through, what are the best options, you know, for, again, your community and your business, and also for your budget. You know, we'll work with people that have been in business for a very long time, and walk them through and help them with their growth. If they're looking at a second location, where should that location be based on, you know, their customers currently, walking through different management tactics. You know, we human resources type of discussions. And then it mentions here our specialty services. Also within the last, you know, year and a half, we also grew some of our consulting services to also offer these specialty services. So within our consulting, sometimes there are things that are so nitty gritty and so individual for a certain business that, you know, we want to tell you, you should find an expert for this, so they can really dive in. And a lot of our specialty services are just that. We have some HR professionals that contract with us. We have tons of social media and marketing type of professionals. We have some accountants that are within our specialty services. And so we're able to work with clients through consulting. And then if there is that more of a deep dive that is needed for their particular business, they're able to then move on to some of the specialty services. Those are also no fee for our clients, because we know what budgets are like for small business owners. So I mentioned within consulting, our market research, we have very, very in-depth market research that we're able to provide our clients. This is the same type of level of research that companies like Nike, for instance, might use. These are all also no charge to our clients. We incur that cost so that our small businesses in Arkansas can get that good information and that good data to be able to make very sound and feasible and, you know, make those decisions moving forward with their possibly new business or their existing business. Some of the things that we're able to provide through that research are location analysis, you know, looking at traffic patterns, looking at your competitors in a certain drive time or a certain area, really diving into all of the demographics of your particular target market, looking at just the customer behavior, their buying habits, how often are they buying this? And then looking just at everything as a whole. When I was consulting, sometimes I would send in questions to our market research team and say, I don't know if you can find this, but I have a question. And somehow, I think maybe only one time in that almost 10 years did I get an email back saying, yeah, we can't find that. But they dive in pretty in depth. And also our research services have also grown. In the past year and a half, we've hired another market research specialist that has about 35 years in the industry. And so he really knows his stuff and knows where to find it. So again, this is no charge to our clients. The only caveat with it is we do want to make sure that you're far enough in the planning process to also understand who your target customer is, because if we don't have a good understanding of who the target customer is, we don't know the questions to ask to the research team. So we give that a little bit to have some discussions first, and then we move into some of that. Additionally, another thing that I am oversee as the strategic partnerships manager are all of our programming and our trainings and our seminars. And again, in the past year and a half, basically, they've all become webinars. But we are here to listen to the business community and listen to other people, customers, ourselves, whatever it may be, as to what are some of those topics that everyone needs to know a little bit more about. We always try to have just a general starting a business in Arkansas type of seminar. We have how to write a business plan. We do financing 101, just to understand all of those different options to, kind of explain it a little bit better, and everyone can feel a little bit more empowered when they end up at a lender. We always have marketing things going on. And then, really in the past year and a half, I've listened a lot to our consultants around the state, and also just the business community as to what are those things that you need more information on, not just because of the pandemic, but just in general. So we've done a 4-part human resources series. We've been bringing in speakers from across the country. That is one of the wonderful things about the virtual world, is that we're able to bring in some people with a different knowledge base and different experience, and hopefully, set off some light bulbs for our small businesses here in Arkansas. So pretty much we can do just about anything. And, if any of y'all have something that you would like to know more about, and after you visit the website and don't see if we have it, my information is going to be at the end. I always love getting emails saying, hey, could we find out some more information about this? And especially for everyone here, we've definitely delved into a lot of food related type of webinars, especially in the past year around the restaurant revitalization. But anything in particular for y'all's industry, please let me know. So if you visit our website, we have tons of free resources. It is, as you can see in the bottom there, asbtdc.org. But you just hit on the resources tab, and we've got all kinds of stuff. This is one of my favorite things, are our ebooks. Sometimes if anyone was like me, I liked to go through this type of stuff before I started asking questions. The license, permit, and tax requirements is great for our brand new startups. It walks them through all of just those basic things that you need to get started. My favorite part, because I'm a little bit, I like lists and I like being able to check things off. There's a checklist at the back that walks you through all of those steps in order that you need to do them. And then, again, there's more on funding your small business and walking through all of those different options. Those are all available to download off of the website. And then we have, and y'all can see, obviously I am the mouthpiece of the organization, because there's a video of me from a few years ago, and you can see every hairstyle I've had in the past 11 years. If you watch all of the videos, but have the business plan outline that's available on the website as well. It's called To the Point because it really is just the basic key things that you need to have in that business plan while you're thinking about either starting or growing what you already have established. You can also, if you see at the top there, scrolling across, it has our events tab, and you can see all of the different webinars and things that we've got coming up for the rest of the year. And it's statewide, so you can see everybody. We are pretty much staying virtual with most of our trainings for the duration of the year. But we do have some of our regional offices that are doing an in-person thing here and there. So, you know, we're just playing it by ear like the rest of everybody. But you can please visit those events and see if there's anything that you might be interested in. All of our webinars are also no fee. So please go and use those. You can also visit our YouTube channel that I have the link for at the end. We house all of our webinars there as well. So if you miss one or want to see some things that we've done, especially in the past year and a half, you can visit that YouTube channel and watch all of them for free. Here is all of my contact information. I will put it in the chat as well. But as I mentioned, thank you again so much for having me this morning. Please email me if you have any questions or want to just figure out more how to get in contact with a consultant. I'm more than happy to help. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen now.
Thank you, Whitney. That was great. Does anyone have any questions or comments or anything to say about Small Business Technology Development Center? Thank you, Whitney. Appreciate it. Thanks for joining us. All right, I'm going to do a quick walkthrough on the new Arkansas Grown website. We've had an Arkansas Grown website for a number of years, and we needed to revamp it. We needed some things changed, and we launched this May 7th, and we're very excited about it. It's an interactive website, and it's very Google friendly. We have an SEO team to optimize search. Right now we have placeholder photographs, so we're trying to get a hold of our members to go in. The members are able to go into the website and manage their own page and upload photographs. I'm going to give an example. Let's say we want to go to Wilson, Arkansas and buy some vegetables. Here's the Grange at Wilson Gardens. It shows a map of the operations in Wilson. And then here's her page. As you can see, you can upload your own cover photo. You can add a logo. It shows your operation on the map. And it shows what programs you're in, what you grow, what you make, your Facebook page, any of your social media, and you can upload a gallery of photographs to personalize your operation, your farm and your operation. Shows your point of sale. You can also upload videos, and you can add events if you're having events. Then I'll walk through the front end of the homepage just to show you. Arkansas Grown, we have an about page, the members, the list of members. We have a map of all the Arkansas Grown members. As it loads, and then you can also narrow it down by your zip code, and then you can show the proximity. So let's say we want to look in 72205. It'll show us different members in that area. As it loads. So you can go back to the Arkansas Grown, and it also shows our partners who we work with to help you with we've got extension links, we've got farm credit, share grounds. We show if you need any extra assistance outside of the Arkansas Grown program, we're happy to help you find it. The same with Arkansas Made. And the Homegrown by Heroes. We also established a supporter member category. So we have restaurants and organizations and stores who sell and support Arkansas grown and Arkansas made products, who are have membership dues that help the program run, and they're found on this page. Then we have a resources page, and under the resources, we have a video of how you can manage your own page. And I can show that video now, or it may be better use of your time to go in at another time and more convenient time to watch the video on how you register and how you can manage your page. There we go. It's about a 10-minute video, and I think you would prefer to do that on your own time. So are there any questions on the Arkansas Grown website? You join with your Join Now button. And if you're already a member, you register. You join as a local vendor, or you can add an event. Once you register, you can go in and manage your own page. All the revisions come to me to approve and upload, and then we'll keep your page active and fresh with whatever you're doing. You can change your information by season, by whatever products you've decided to carry that you weren't carrying before. You can change your hours. You can change your logo, your photograph, add videos and events. So are there any questions? Okay, and I'll go back to wherever we were. Stop share. Thank you. Okay. So thank y'all. If are there any questions? Or is there anything else we can help with for the marketing workshop? If not, well, thank you for joining us today. We appreciate your time. And if you have any questions, you can always contact me at a later date, and I'll be glad to connect you if I can't find the answer myself. So thank you very much for your time today. Have a good afternoon. Bye.
Thank you.